Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Memorial Day 2025. This is Paul Dingham along with Sullivan Smith here in downtown Marine City as we prepare to witness with you the Memorial Day Parade, which is always such a great local community kind of an event. You'll see the Marine City Police Chief Carr here is coming along first, leading the parade. What a beautiful Chamber of Commerce day with sun and temperature is great, about 55, 60 degrees. People are out waving, and Officer Jones is there in the car. Nice fellow there. Nice to see him. Good guy. He's a soccer announcer for us every once in a while too. Behind the police vehicle, we've got looks like we've got some veterans coming up. And we'll get a tight shot of them. They're throwing out some candy, which is great. Um, Looks like we got a pretty good parade today. I think it would probably be enhanced by the fact that it's the weather's so good. Um, Gentleman looks very good in his military uniform there, and next to him is Jesse White, who is the coordinator of the whole event and has always done a great job for a great number of years as the Marine City gun shop owner, and he takes care to get this parade organized. That gentleman in his uniform is a sergeant, followed by some veterans who get the opportunity to be ridden throughout the parade, and they're waving and having fun there and saying hi. Then we've got a group coming along in a red golf cart, and I don't know exactly which organization that is, but he's got a military hat on and an army hat, so we'll say hi to him. Then some more veterans being ridden in vehicles. Look at that little Jeep, and then a great Jeep, and then another Jeep following with a cart behind it with a picture of a fallen soldier. So that's just a great turnout there. Coming up next, got a little gap in the parade. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to wait till they get a little closer. I'll give myself, looks like Boy Scouts. So just give me a lot of faces when you do. Okay, 5, 4, 3. Looks like our next unit is being carried. It's an American flag stretched out by Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts and Scouts of many ages, and all from Marine City. What a beautiful display of the flag, and what a great opportunity and excitement for the young people of the group, and they are coming along very strikingly as they carry the American flag. They're followed by the Marine City band, and they will turn our microphone on and listen to them for a few minutes. Their director, Mr. Fox. Marine City Band, under the direction of Mr. Fox, doing a great job for us in this parade, followed by a truck from the East China School Operations, committed to providing clean and safe buildings for staff and students, and looking good there, driving his car. And then followed by the Marine City Rotary Club, Service Above Self. That Rotary Club is very good. They worked for years and years and do wonderful projects in the community. Next, we have a great line of tractors. This is a group called HEMPA, I believe is the proper name, and I never get a chance to get any details on these units, but boy, the hours and the time and the love that is put into these vehicles, these tractors. That's a McCormick Farm Hall was the first one there, with the owner and probably his grandson on board. Then next we've got another double team, a daughter and probably a dad, and that's in a what's the name? Cockshut. I not remember that name. Next we've got another one which is from Minneapolis Moline, and they're just so well restored. It's a 1957. And then we've got a Ford. You can always distinguish the Fords with that blue color. And he's got a couple of American flags on the back there. And he's very proud. Boy, that's in beautiful, beautiful shape. Now with a fancy hat and the flag out of the front there, we've got another restored tractor. These people love these tractors and spend hours and hours and hours with them. And then finally a McCormick Deering Farm Mall. That's restored in American flags. And then the final one is a good old John Deere. And it's making noise and looking, boy, that's just in beautiful, beautiful shape. Next we have a blue vehicle. Looks like I can't tell. It's a Top Gun. Top Gun Towing. There they are, right there. Truck looks great. And then followed them is a group that is throwing out lots of candy, slowing down the parade, but people love the candy when they get it. Just a remarkable day for Memorial Day here in the end of May 2025. This parade has been going on for a long, long time, and is a wonderful tribute to the veterans, to the fallen police, fallen firemen. And we'll have some speeches here in a couple minutes, but they're doing a really nice job. Top Gun, again, another second vehicle of theirs, and they're throwing out a lot of candy and having a great, great time. So they're doing a great job. Thank you, fellas. And they are followed by some motorcycles. Let's see what we got here. Can't tell exactly what that is, but the people look happy and they're enjoying the ride. And they got a beautiful dog aboard. And then this purple, beautiful Chevrolet. Look at that machine. That is absolutely amazing. Just beautiful, just beautiful. So you guys are doing great. Followed by the Marine City Little League baseball team. And we've got teams from all ages here, little kids just starting out, and we'll get lots of faces for you and lots of moms and lots of, but it's only possible when parents get involved and they become coaches and support the kids. They're taking pictures here right now of the Marine City baseball team. Is that a championship team? I can't tell here. The Mariners. But just look at the hundreds of kids that are involved. And if you got hundreds of kids involved, you probably got lots of adults involved too, because that's what it takes. You got to have both in order to make it to be a successful program. And certainly looks like it is. Mariner baseball. Craig Zimmerman was telling me before the broadcast here, they went out and watched a game the other day, and the parking lot was just packed, which is wonderful. It's a nice problem to have, and we are having a beautiful, beautiful day here in Marine City. 2025 Memorial Day Parade and speeches. So we'll have a couple nice speeches, and then we'll get on the road and let you have your hot dogs and your hamburgers and your barbecues. But this is a great way to start the day. We're about the end of the parade almost. I see the Marine City Area Fire Department is coming along next, and they've got some beautiful equipment. They service the cities of St. Clair, our Marine City, East China portion of it, China Township, Cotterville Township, and they are, of course, 24/7. It's a group that needs volunteers. So if you have any interest at all in helping out, it's always available. They, of course, are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they have some beautiful equipment, some really great volunteers. But it's, I guess I'd describe it as a young man's sport. You've got to have some young guys running up ladders and pulling hoses and doing things along those lines. So make sure that you get out and volunteer. If you have any thought at all, stop by the fire hall, and I'm sure that the people at the Marine City Area Fire Department will be real happy to give you all the information that you need. There's former Mayor Vandenbosch, who is the one of the officials of the fire department, and then they have some recruits. And finally, pulling up the parade is another vehicle from the fire department, and that looks like a pumper truck. And we're going to be followed by a beautiful, beautiful horse and dog. But this is Marine City Engine 1, and they've got that all shined up, ready for the parade here today. Nice parade. Look at that gorgeous horse. I don't know the story, but I like the horse. The stuff on the puppy up on top, that's not a puppy, that's a big dog, isn't it? Silly. I think they're parking the fire engine, so it takes a little while to get things straightened around. I'll wait till a couple of seconds. Gathering a lot of attention from the sidelines on this walk here is this beautiful, beautiful horse, which is from Team Farms, and they have some beautiful horses and a beautiful dog there. Cowboy hat on the young lady with the reins, and the horse looks real happy. He likes to be out in the crowd here. I think he got blinders on him. He looks like he's talking. There he goes. Beautiful horse. And pulling up the end of the marching part of the parade is the Marine City Police Department. They opened the parade and they're closing the parade. Again, 24/7, they are on duty, and they are a great group of men and women that are keeping the Marine City safe. So now we'll take a short little break, and then we'll have a couple speeches, and thank you for joining us here in Marine City for Memorial Day 2025. You can stop.
Good morning and welcome. We often say that we fight to defend our country, but the reality is that the United States hasn't been under threat from invasion since 1812. The meaning, however, is quite clear. We fight to defend a way of life, and more importantly, our ideals and our dreams, all made manifest in this flag of ours. 50 stars, one for each state. 13 stripes representing the original colonies, the stars and bars. Old Glory. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. Isn't that how the old song went? And should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. At this time, please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
Company 10, present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order arms.
At this time, I would like to introduce the Mayor of Marine City, the Honorable Jennifer Vanden Bosch.
Good morning, everyone. Today we gather as a community by the river that shaped our town's history and character to observe Memorial Day, the solemn occasion dedicated to honoring the brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. Memorial Day is about remembrance. It's about pausing together to honor those who never made it home. From the fields of Gettysburg to the beaches of Normandy to the jungles of Vietnam and the deserts of the Middle East, American service members have laid down their lives to defend our freedoms and our way of life. Here in Marine City, many families know the meaning of service. We are a community proud of our veterans and our active duty members. Their courage is a part of our local fabric. And while we are here to remember the fallen, we also recognize the families who continue to carry the weight of their absence. To those families among us, your loss is deeply felt, your sacrifice honored, and your loved ones never forgotten. It's important that we teach our children that freedom has a cost, that our rights were earned through generations of sacrifice. Memorial Day reminds us not just of death, but for duty, valor, and the ideals worth defending. These values that transcend generations are the foundation of our democracy. As Mayor of Marine City, I am humbled to stand before you in tribute. Let us not remember our heroes only once a year. Let us honor them every day and how we treat each other and how we serve our community and how we preserve the principles that they fought for. Let us walk through our local cemeteries with reverence. Let us visit the memorials with our children and tell them the stories behind the names etched in stone. Let us commit ourselves to be worthy of their sacrifice by being a city and a community that reflects the very best of America in our unity, our compassion, and our courage. Closing, I'd like to read a quote I recently heard regarding our fallen heroes that, although it's short, means so much. And it reads, "Those that gave their tomorrows for our freedoms today." And I ask each of you to carry that spirit from this day forward. May we live our lives in gratitude. May we always remember the cost of our liberty, and not just for this day, but for all of our days. God bless you and your families. God bless our soldiers and our first responders. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Friends, I'd like to introduce the Marine City Fire Department Chaplain, Captain Brad Team.
Let us pray. When I am called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me strength to save some life, whatever be its age. Help me to embrace a little child before it is too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently put the fire out. I want to fill my calling and to give the best in me, to guard every neighbor and protect his property. And if according to your will, I have to lose my life, please bless with your protecting hand my children and my wife.
This morning, a brief tale from the Second World War. Following the attack on Pearl Harbor in December of 1941, the U.S. Navy knew it had one very effective weapons system with which to instantly wage war on Japan. It was the submarine. Our aircraft carriers were critical and had to wait it out, but the boats of the silent service went in. By the first weeks of 1942, they were deep into enemy waters. The U.S. subfleet by 1941 was some of the highest technology on the planet. These craft were the stealth fighters of their day, packed with top-secret hardware like radar and a torpedo data computer that worked perfectly. Naturally, the Navy didn't talk about it much, and neither did the submariners. It truly was the silent service, since they all knew an effective subforce would drastically shorten any war, and it had to operate with complete secrecy. This obsession with guarding the technology would generate one of the greatest scandals in military history and cause the death of possibly thousands of submariners. It was bad for the Japanese as our subs began to send shipping to a watery grave, but it could have been much worse, for our submarines were armed with probably the worst torpedo ever designed and fielded by a major power. The history of the Navy's Torpedoes Ordnance Department is a story unto itself. But the short version is that one of the most ambitious, complex weapon systems ever devised hadn't been tested in a live-fire exercise ever. The brass at the Ordnance Department felt that wasting an expensive, delicate torpedo, proving that it worked, was, well, wasteful. It was a tale of epic failures. Patrol reports piled up describing one torpedo failure after another. Sub-commanders were finding themselves in the midst of enemy convoys only to listen to their torpedoes bounce off Japanese hulls with an audible clang. That's if the fish ran true and hot at all. With maddening frequency, the torpedo was found to be running deeper than their settings, often going clear under the target vessel. By 1944, the Navy had finally begun to work out the bugs. Still, it wasn't the end of the story. On October 24th, the USS Tang, commanded by Richard O'Kane, found itself repeatedly surrounded by enemy shipping, but sent most of them to the bottom. On what would be her final surface attack run, Tang's last torpedo malfunctioned. It breached the water and assumed a circular course. Despite frantic maneuvering, Tang was struck in her aft torpedo room, causing a catastrophic explosion. She sank in 100 feet of water, losing 78 of her crew immediately. Among them, Reuben Rayford, who at 15 years of age is considered to be the youngest American killed in World War II combat. 13 men managed to use their Momsen lungs, a crude but effective underwater breathing device, to reach the surface, the only known time this device was used in service. Of these 13, only 9 survived to be picked up by a Japanese frigate the next morning. Among them, Commander O'Kane. They spent the remainder of the war in a prison camp in Ofuna. Commander O'Kane wrote in his post-war memoir that Japanese survivors of his last patrol, burned and mutilated, were aboard that frigate and were allowed to beat and torture O'Kane and his men severely. He said when he and his men realized they were being beaten by survivors of Tang's prior work, they took it with less prejudice. In typical Navy tradition, Tang was never decommissioned and officially remains listed as on eternal patrol. At this time, we will conclude our ceremony with taps. And thank you.
Company 10. Company dismissed.
Well, that completes the Memorial Day ceremonies here in Marine City, Michigan on 2025. Nice, beautiful day for this, and certainly nice speeches and nice music. Thank you for joining us.